Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. Let's see here. Did I do this? Hello, how are you, Monica? Let me see. I don't know why I'm having some problems on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, please make a comment to let me know. Hello, Myra. Miss, oh my God, I can't even pronounce that right now. Ayuda en Español, how are you? Hello. Velia, are you able to check to see if Facebook is on? Because I did it, but I don't know why it doesn't seem to do anything for me right now. We All Girl Latina, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Nena, how are you? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. If it's your first time, please post on here that it's your first time. And if it's not your first time, please post what city you're tuning in from, because I always love to know where you guys are all located. Hello, Patty. How are you? We're going to go ahead and wait for a few minutes just while a few more people jump on. Hey, Gabe. How are you? Craft with Gold Lash. Thelma. Okay, great. Thelma Lopez. How are you, Thelma? I hope you got my email. First time from Pomona. Welcome. I hope it's not your last. First time. Hello, Vanessa. From where? Let's see. Sulmax. Hello from Beaumont, California. Well, welcome. Thank you, by the way, Thelma. Thank you for tuning in. First time, a Sunmar 11. Thank you. Please post what city you're tuning in from. I heart Mia and Mario. Hello, welcome. Okay, guys. So before we get Wealthy Wednesday started, I just want to throw out there that I may be pausing a little more often than usual, because I have the worst heartburn I've ever had through my entire pregnancy. I've had heartburn throughout the whole pregnancy, but today I have been absolutely struggling with heartburn really bad. Tums, I've already maxed out the amount of Tums I can take. So please be patient with me. It's Monique from class. Oh, hey. Hello, Monique. So please be patient with me. We are 7 weeks away. I have a feeling this baby's going to come beforehand. But I don't know, right? She'll make her appearance whenever she wants to. So I just wanted to put that out there if you guys are wondering what the heck is going on. I just have some really massive heartburn today. So I can feel it. It is not fun. If you're pregnant, you would understand. Or if you've had a baby, you understand. For all those men that don't get it, be patient with your wives. Hey, Luz, how are you? All right, so let's get started. Queen B604, hello. I get so excited when I see people that I constantly know, which gets me all happy and distracted, but I got to stay focused. So welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. If this is your first time, my goal is it's not going to be your last. We've been hosting Wealthy Wednesdays for a few years now, and we pretty much became a community that continued to support each other in many different ways. My goal is for you guys to look at your finances from a different perspective, ask questions, come up with topics, and make sure that we all grow from one another. We all learn from one another, right? I started this a while back ago because I noticed that I was getting asked the same questions over and over. So I said, what better way than not only just help one person, but to be able to help so many? So that's actually how this all came about. So let's go ahead and let you guys know a little bit for those that are first timers on here. Thank you for joining. And for those that are not first timers, please post what city you guys are listening in. And for those watching it on the replay, I absolutely appreciate and love you guys as well. Love you all. I want to give you guys a big old hug for the support, the continuous support. Now, if you don't know what I do, my name's Eva Macias, and I'm actually the owner of Eva Macias and Associates Financial and Insurance Services here located in the beautiful city of Whittier, and where I do pretty much financial planning and insurance services. So if you are thinking about retiring, opening up IRAs, all the financial stuff that you would have in mind, trying to get a life insurance, all that good stuff, I can help you with that. Also, I am the author of A Latina's Guide to Money, which you can actually buy on Amazon. It's $20 with shipping and handling, and you can order it today and probably get it tomorrow. I am the author of that. Uh, really quickly, yeah, I've never said not to work with Prudential Financial stuff. That's not true. I am actually the author of A Latina's Guide to Money, which you can get on Amazon, or you can come to my office and pick up a copy. Also, I'm a co-author of Dear Stress, I'm Breaking Up With You. I'm also the founder and creator of a financial boot camp where the model is you're worthy of having it all. Yesterday, we had our graduation for another 30 men and one gentleman that was there, and we started off the year and we just finished our first 2020 boot camp, and it was exciting. We had some upfront testimonials, which were amazing, such as somebody had debt of I don't know how much, and I had given them a projection to pay it off in about a year and a half. They paid it off in 8 months, which was amazing. Then we had someone in there share openly about them and their them being afraid of being like buying a home, and then before you know it, from 1 week to the next, she's literally got approved, went to go see like properties, put in an offer, and offer is being accepted. And literally she's like, I never would have imagined that it was going to move so quickly, one, and that I was actually going to commit to that. So there was a lot of breakthroughs for everybody. Everybody at least learned one thing. They learned a lot more than one thing, but they for sure learned one big thing. And they were all actually walking in scared. And at the end, they're like, oh man, we're so sad, that this class is going to end. So again, the goal is to continue to support you, not judge you, create a safe space where you can ultimately be able to create the results that you want to in your life. And myself, Velia, and Veronica just hold a safe space, a safe container for you to be able to allow yourself to see the real you of what's going on, allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, allow yourself to cry, to be wherever you need to be, and for us to continue to hold you. Yes, it's so awesome for us to be able to hold you and support you and encourage you and let you know you're absolutely worthy of having it all. And what I mean by that is all of the things in your life that really make a difference for you. So anyways, yes, that's just all the titles and all that good stuff. Trust me, I see Carmen, I see, a Morning Love, I see Nancy, I get so excited, but I'm like, oh, I got to stay focused. But I definitely want to talk about today's topic. And every week I come up with a different topic, right? As you guys can tell, I'm in the love of the red just because it's Valentine's, it's love, it's all that, awesome stuff. But I think it's important for us to do a little bit of a check. Last Wednesday, with the tragedy of Kobe, I had done something in regards to leaving a legacy and what does that look like for you in your home, right? And today I really wanted to talk about, before the year gets too advanced or too further out, we are in February 5th. Also a huge shout out to my nephew, happy birthday, and to my father-in-law, happy birthday. But the topic really is to do a January inventory of your habits. And the reason why is because now in January, you're able to see what are the habits that you haven't broken. So for some people, it might be drinking. For some people, it might be shopping. For some people, it might be coffee. For some people, it might be weed. I know it sounds crazy, but that is a thing. For some people, it might just be spending money very carelessly. So whatever that January habit looks like, it's probably going to continue if you don't start breaking the cycle now early on in your 2020 goals. So my goal for you guys is that this month you go and you print out your bank statements and you take a look at all of the habits that you haven't broken, or maybe you just continue to buy memberships online, or maybe you're still continuing paying the gym that you don't even go to, that you already broke that. Everybody wants to go to the gym in January. You can start any given time. Or maybe you've been wanting to cancel the cable bill and you haven't gotten a chance to it, or whatever that looks like. So I think it's really important right now, early on in the year, that you go ahead and print out your bank statement and you start making a note of all of the habits that are not supporting your vision for your money. So that's really important that you guys do. Now, what are some of the habits that you can break? I've been very blessed that I love having coffee at home. Again, you can get your name wrong. You can't mess up your order, right? Or maybe you can, but I've been posting daily my coffee at home using hashtag cafecito at home. And I've been getting a lot of you have been tagging me, which I think is super amazing, because The reason why I do it is because I want you guys to be inspired. Find a nice mug, do what, whatever makes you happy. But at the end of the day, that'll save you money. Because if you were like me at one point where I would go and get coffee every single day, I would go get coffee, whether it be from McDonald's because it's only $1, or from Starbucks because I enjoy my caramel macchiatos, right? Or whatever the case may be. I was realizing I was spending a lot of money on coffee. That, to be honest with you, is not the greatest coffee either. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't supporting my vision anymore. So that's why I started with that coffee theory, and it's worked out. I do treat myself maybe once in a blue moon. I go and get a nice cup of like chai tea or whatever the case may be, but it's not every day that I'm going to Starbucks. Again, I don't remember the last time I was at Starbucks. I just don't. Absolutely, small changes do lead to big results. So it starts there. It's not that you don't deserve the cup of coffee. It's just that you deserve that $5 that you pay for that cup of coffee into your bank account, into your savings. And usually if you were to just go in and buy a cup of coffee, that'd be great. But then you want a snack. So then you want a little other extra thing. That's another $3. And then you might get a water because you might get thirsty, and that might be another $3. So literally your order at Starbucks might be $12. $12 for coffee and a piece of bread, not worth it, right? You do the math, that times 5 times a week, if you do it Monday through Friday, times all of the days of the week, like that could have been money in your bank account. So the reason why I say that is because it's important that in this 2020 year, if you want to get your goals accomplished, that you sit down and you write them down and you shift those little habits, like the habit of, this is really easy to do, but oh, it's only $2. Oh, it's only $3. Or the habit of beer. Absolutely. I met a young person today, 28-year-old, person, and, beer drinks a whole lot. I was like, where's that getting you to? I'm not kidding you. This person just said, I have been guilty of spending about close to over $20,000 on stuff that doesn't matter. On trips to Vegas, on beer, on craft beer. Craft beer is, up there. So again, I invite you, because I'm not telling you don't drink. I'm not telling you don't have a life. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is everything with moderation, so that this way at the end of the day, you end up with a lot more. So right now, obviously not right now, but whether it be today or whether it be tomorrow, go on your bank account, print your statement, just take a look at all the bad habits that you've been doing. Or that took you, if you can't, let's just put it this way. If January, everybody was inspired and motivated to go ahead and, I'm going to start fresh year, new you, new goals, new this, new that, new commitments for you, right? And yet, and they haven't happened in January, the likelihood of them happening in February and March, not so much. Because if in January you were stoked, probably February and March you're not going to be as stoked, because you're going to forget the feeling of, that excitement of I'm going to get started brand new, right? So again, I highly, highly encourage that you guys take a moment to take a little bit of an inventory of where you are, and that you do it by a small decrease it by a very little. So for what I mean by that is, if you, for example, drink coffee, I just throw out the coffee thing just because it's the easiest thing. Everybody that I know for the most part drinks coffee. If you drink coffee outside for 5 days out of the week, which is Monday through Friday, I would highly encourage that this upcoming week you only do it 4 times. And then the following week you only do it 3 times. And then the following week you only do it twice. And then the following week you only do it once. And then the following week you don't, right? And thank you for the love, by the way. That's how you break a habit, is by changing the result. I know some people have actually gone to boot camp, and it's really interesting, or they come into my office and they set up an appointment and we create a plan for them, and then they want to do their financial plan their way. That does not work. You've been doing it your way, and my question to you is, how have the results resulted? Like, what is the result of the results? if you want different results, you got to be willing to do different things. And so that's why I highly encourage that if you want to accomplish those financial goals, you do seek out a professional. I'm hoping and that you choose me. And so that's really important because we're going to look at it from a different viewpoint, right? And so the little habits that you think it's that one little hole in your ship that will sink your ship. And so I don't want your financial ship to be synced by something that you can actually control. Because there was a point in your life where you didn't drink coffee out. If Starbucks didn't exist, you would be drinking coffee at home. So you actually taught yourself the habit of not drinking coffee at home. Now you have to reteach yourself that habit, because just like you learn to drink coffee outside every single day, is the same way you can teach yourself not to drink coffee outside every single day, right? It's where are you? What are the choices? And then we see the results. The results will come. The formulas have already been there. Let me tell you something. There's been many previous people who've already created paths of what it's going to look like. It's not like we're inventing the wheel. It's not like we don't know this. We actually already know it. The thing is that we made up a story in our heads, or at least I believe, that we think it's actually going to be harder than what it really is. And it's actually not that hard. Once you buy yourself a really nice mug, okay? Once you get yourself, I'm not kidding you guys, our coffee at home, it's so, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed because our coffee machine, I have a fancier coffee machine at the office than I do here at home, was gifted to us by our cleaning ladies. And it was amazing because it brews old school style. You throw in the water, you put in the little filter, and makes 12 cups. We still have that. We don't even have the Keurig, none of that. Like, we literally still brew it that way. We love, I know it might be shitty coffee, but we love Folgers. Like, we just love it. And so we have Folgers. I've bought fancy coffee from Bali and like all that stuff, and we still drink the same $10 thing from Costco. And so I share that with you, but one thing that I do like is that I love buying really beautiful mugs. I love to buy mugs that bring joy to me. So when I pour my cup of coffee, in my head subconsciously, as soon as I have that first drink, it's like that coffee is totally hugging my stomach. That's how I envision it. And so because of that is why I get excited to drink coffee, right? So let me just go ahead and read some of these comments so that I'm not just talking about myself. Let me see. Jeanette said, my hubby is hearing you with me and he's covering his face about the coffee. I've told him $2 is $2, save it, and it'll accumulate. Absolutely. Nescafe for you. That's so awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, and please post some of the things that you've now currently have been doing, like if it's the coffee thing or what is, sorry about that. What is it that you guys have been doing that has helped you save more money? Like, what are some of the habits? I don't know all the answers for everything, but I know enough that if you do, coffee and it's $3 to $5, even if it's $2, right? But let's just say you get the cappuccinos, you get all the lattes and all that stuff. They're like $3 to $5. If you do that every single day over time, you got to look at it. Now, whether you're single, whether you have kids, your money can be spent in so many other different ways, right? I would rather you guys have money in your savings account, money in your retirement accounts, money in your travel fund, money in your I'm going to buy a home fund, money in your I'm going to send my kids to college fund, instead of you guys just continuously, and you guys have seen me post this, you guys are not going to eat your money away in 2020. The goal is to actually create something bigger for you. And sometimes it's minor adjustments and they're not that complex. Marcy said, I called Spectrum and they cut my bill by $25.01 a month after reading your book. Hey, Spectrum probably doesn't like me, but whatever. But don't go out collecting mugs. Oh yeah, absolutely. Great. I love Sarah09. I don't go out collecting mugs. That's not one thing that I do. I'm very particular about the dishes that I buy, meaning they all are white and they all have to come in pairs because obviously my husband and I only keep what fits in I don't go out and buy like all these mugs. I actually don't want to have a lot of stuff. Why? Because more stuff for me isn't fulfilling for me. I would rather have a shitty cup, okay, and have a quality time with you than I would to have all these fancy cups. So again, find what works for you. And that a lot of it has to do with your own internal work, right? I have learned to slow down in the morning. That's one of the things that I've taught myself, because what I used to do is I used to rush out in the morning, get my cup of coffee, go to work, and hurry, 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 hurry. And that wasn't working for me anymore, especially now as a pregnant woman where I can't, I shouldn't say I can't, but it takes me a little bit longer. I'm a little bit slower in certain things. I just had to learn to be patient with myself. And with that, I've had to also, not had to, but I got the opportunity to teach myself that slowing down is a good thing. I actually really enjoy sitting on my dinner table, enjoying a cup of coffee, looking out at our view, feeling grateful for everything that we have, feeling grateful for the people that are in my life. And so that simple cup of coffee and that extra 5-10 minutes that I've created time have not helped me realize, set my mental state every single day. And don't get me wrong, I have shitty days. Like today is one of them. Like I have tough days, but even in my tough days, I try to find those little opportunities to find something that I enjoy. Sometimes it's alone time. Sometimes it's I'm going to do a mask. Sometimes it's I'm going to take a shower. Sometimes it's just those little things. So remind yourself that in financial planning, you want to have more of those things that make you happy, and you want to be able to have the money to be able to do those things with your family, for yourself, and all that good stuff. So in you changing those habits, it allows you to continue to have more, and not like stuff, but like have more experiences with your family, have more quality time with you, reward yourself in a way that doesn't eat up all of your finances. And this isn't me telling you, oh, you got to do it this way. What this is saying is, okay, great. What this is saying is really, you get to be the boss of you, and you get to tell yourself no when you know that it's not good for you. For those that are Starbucks lovers, I'm not knocking you. I would get addicted to that if I were to go back, I'm sure. But think of it now differently. Think of it that when you're drinking your cup of coffee and you see all that sugar, what if you were enhancing your probability of getting diabetes? So I look at it in that way. Not that I'm saying your coffee at home can't also help you with that, but what I'm saying is that there's so much sugar in that coffee that it can, if you're doing it daily, what's the saying? Too much of a good thing is not good, right? It doesn't matter what it is. And so as much as you enjoy it and it feels so good, too much of it is also not good for your body. And so I'm not one to preach about like what's good for your body and what's not. Like I still have a lot of learning to do, a lot of healing there. But I know that there's certain things that I've cut back that really have helped me be able to create and put more money up, not only for like myself and my family, but also be able to invest more in the book, and invest in creating a financial boot camp, and invest in getting the trademark done for Wealthy Wednesday, and invest in being able to, extend my brand and things like that, that ultimately not only do they bring me joy, but they also help my community. And ultimately for me, in these little things, it starts with saying no to yourself. If, like I said, if it's 5 days a week that you drink coffee, no, that one simple no then develops into the habit. I believe kids can learn habits in actually 7 days, whereas of adults it takes 21 days, consistent, right? And kids actually learn habits in 7 days. And that's why I believe, this is just me making this up, okay? I do believe that that's why it's so hard sometimes for kids pick up things so quickly, is because they develop a habit in 7 days, whereas an adult develops it in 21 days. And so they're actually if they see you do this, they're going to be able to pick it up much quicker. And then if it's one of your quote unquote bad habits, for lack of better terms, what happens at that point is that they now learned your bad habit in a shorter period of time. And now you as a parent have to live with that because you actually taught them. So those are the things that I think about when I do have the opportunity of okay, what do I want to teach Camila, right? What is it that I need to teach? So what is it that I want to teach her? It's not how much wrap can I buy her and make her room look pretty, or how much clothes can she have, or it's not that. It's what are the lessons that I can teach her so she can become the better version of me. And in order for me to be able to teach her that, I as a parent need to take responsibility in the actions that I'm currently doing, so that this way, when she sees that mommy's doing this or that daddy's doing this, she learns it from us. And I don't expect the expectation of that education to come from a school system or a society or any of that. Because at the end of the day, that education starts at home. And for those that, like I said, have those bad habits, just for the lack of better term, that's not who you really are. You're not. You just develop that. And so there's hope, there's opportunity for you to grow and continue to be patient with the fact that my goal is that you and your family have a lot more, and that you start funding the priorities needed in your home, because given any situation, emergency, death, health, any of that, that your family is being taken care of at all times. So you don't put that financial burden upon them. And not only do they have to deal with all of the mental, right? The mental burden, the emotional burden, but now financially. And so to avoid that, you get to focus on the priority, so that your family, given any emergency were to happen, gets to focus on how they can better deal with it. Because this week I've had actually a few clients that have called me, and they're like, actually I had two clients. One of them called me and said, my husband, the runner, a vegan, super healthy, all this stuff. And out of nowhere, he just had a heart attack and died. Okay, young person, like in the 50s, like early 50s. But physically, this person was great, but you don't know what was going on up here. So again, mental awareness, mental state, and all that is so important, because what you tell yourself here flows through your body, right? And so that's why it's so important to take care of this. And how you can do that is by now focusing on the priorities and not creating more stress upon you and your body, to be able to continue to live a quality of life, not only for your family, but also for you and yourself. So again, this is why I'm so passionate about sharing the education, sharing my perspective of things from the knowledge that I have from all the people that have came through my doors, from clients who have, they have millions of dollars and they just give it away, or from the clients who have $100,000 who they're like, this is my entire life savings, like help. Or from those that are like, I just am getting started and I'm so overwhelmed by where I should begin, or whatever the case may be. I just have had hundreds and hundreds of stories that have crossed through my path in my office, that obviously for privacy reasons, and I don't remember every story, but there's some that stand out the most, that just really have made an impact in the way I think about certain things. And so from those experiences, I've been able to gather that and share them with you, so that this way we collectively learn from other people. Because the way we can heal ourselves is learning to listen from other people. And remember, the question from me to you is, what is it that you're creating every single day for you and your family? What is it? Is it I'm going to transfer a lot of debt? Student debt. Velia and I were just talking about this. Something to think about. You get this education and then you don't want to pay your student loans. Like, I don't get that. Or, you spend all this money on credit cards and then you feel like a victim, like they're really bad people because they're coming after a payment. Like, no, we shouldn't be thinking in those terms. We should level up and we should start thinking about, what can I leave for my children financially? What can I do as a responsible human being to be able to make sure that I'm okay? Because when I'm okay, then my family's okay. So again, I can go into so many different topics about this, and I'm super passionate about this. And because of that, again, it starts with something small, like take inventory of where you are, and whatever. Thank you. And wherever you are, just know that just learning to say no to yourself is an opportunity for growth. And when you say no to your bad habit, you say yes to your priority, because that's important for you to understand. You're not just saying no and you're like, no, and then that's it. You say no to the bad habit, and then that's when you say yes to your priority. And it actually becomes easier. I thought it would be harder, but it's not the case. It actually becomes easier because you no longer give your power away to that thing, that cup of coffee or that whatever it is. You actually now own your power to say, it doesn't matter whether that coffee is $5 or, I'm not paying that. And it helps you really own your power as a man or as a woman, because again, we all have different things. So again, I hope that today's topic about, doing an inventory of your bad habits, look at it. And my goal is that the amount of money that you would be spending on your bad habits, let's just say in January, you're able to shift that and put it into your emergency savings account, or you're able to up your contributions on your 401ks, or you're able to come into my office to finally see me, right? So yes, so that's that. And I just want to say thank you and congratulations to those that graduated from the financial boot camp. Excuse me. And I am going to talk about the financial boot camp. We have another one coming up February 25th, and it will be our second, actually, virtual boot camp. So we no longer, I just want to read this comment. My boyfriend is listening and saying, I tell you this all the time. Why don't you listen to me, especially in regards to the Starbucks? Tell your husband, G. Guzman. By the way, we went to high school together. Sometimes it's really unfortunate that even though our spouses tell us, we don't listen, even though we know they're right. I think it always comes from love, but it doesn't matter if your husband turns blue like a Smurf. You're not going to take that as advice until something that makes a really huge impact in your life, because he gets to be a disturbance to your little racket in your head, right? So he may not always do that. However, life will find a way to remind you that that's not where you need to go. Life has this interesting way of reminding you that God has a better, bigger plan for you. So it might be where he keeps telling you that, but then the next thing you know, you're pre-diabetic because you're drinking all this sugar or whatever the case may be. You're like, okay, now I'm going to pay attention. Just turn around and say, thank you for reminding me, and, sorry for not listening. And I know you love me, or whatever the case may be. So let me see what else really quickly. No more wandering in Target or Sam's Club for me. I filled my shopping cart in the line and then none of that. No more of that. None of that. We don't just walk around just because we have spare time. Like, read a book. I don't know. Read a book, do something. I don't know. Listen to a podcast, whatever the case may be. Just shift that mental state. So as I was talking about financial boot camp, so our next virtual financial boot camp is February 25th. It is a Tuesday. It is a live virtual boot camp that I will be hosting. It is February 5th, and it goes for 5 Tuesdays. And 6:30 to 8:30. The day of graduation, or week 5 is graduation, is March 24th. And my due date is March 25th. So I've talked to my little baby, and I've asked her to please come out on the 25th and not the 24th. But it should be fun. It'll be virtual. It is $499. Yes, $499. However, if you know of an alumni that has completed the financial boot camp, which, by the way, if you're an alumni, can you please post, I'm an alumni, or I got the code? There is a promo code. Thank you in advance for that. There is a promo code that they will give you, okay? And they'll give you this promo code that will get you a discount of $350. So you actually get the boot camp for $149, okay? The reason why I want you to connect with an alumni is because I actually, send me a DM, I'm an alumni. Okay, great. Maria is on here. Miss Gabs is on here. Queen V is on here. So I'm giving you guys these. So like I want to send you to these women because they have already been an alumni of the class. I want you to connect. Here we go, Corona 9817. She's a graduate. So ayuda en español. Absolutely. See, like there's a lot of you guys that are on here, which I'm so grateful for you. And I want you to, oh my God, I'm so excited. This makes me so happy. I want you guys to, first of all, connect with an alumni so that this way you guys can be able to ask them questions. As I share with everybody, of course I'm going to tell you it's an amazing boot camp because I created it. Of course I'm going to tell you like you're going to like all this amazing stuff about it because I'm the founder of it. But I want you to get real authentic feedback, right? And I want you to get feedback from those who have walked through scared, not knowing, and walked out super empowered. So again, I want you to connect with them. And my goal is that we get this virtual bootcamp like to the next level. Like my vision when I started the bootcamp, it was 8 women in my office. We have over 240 graduates. Okay, 240. My goal is at one point that one day, one of my virtual boot camps has 200 people, right? So again, I see this. Queen Bee 604 said it's the best investment I've ever made. It will definitely change your life. Moni 16, she's an alumni. They have the code, and again, community is learning from other people. So if you happen to know of anybody who's been wanting to do the boot camp, I highly encourage you guys register as quickly as possible. How can you register for the financial boot camp? The link is in my bio on Instagram. And if you're like, I don't know what that means, because I didn't know what that meant for a while, click on where it says link, right? And if not, just go old school, not the old school way, but just go to my website, evamacias.com. And there's on there where it says bootcamp. Click on that, go through the process, put your information, at the exit, put the discount code, and you'll know what it is once you connect with an alumni. Ms. Gabs goes, it's worth every penny. By the way, she has a really cute coffee mug, and she tags me, and I love it. Stuck up on yellow highlighters. This will open up your eyes and steer you in the right direction. Thank you. So I'm excited. G. Guzman, you'll be there. I'm so excited. So again, it's also equally important that you try to bring on a friend, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when you do start shifting your mind space, right? When you start shifting, you start saving more money, and then now you're traveling. You don't want to travel alone. I can tell you this much. Prior to, my best friend and I being able to travel, like I would travel without her. Like I would travel on my own with other friends. And now that she was, now that she financially could definitely afford traveling, it's so much more fun when I have her around. And so even like with my fiance, my husband, I'm very grateful that he values traveling. So for us, it was like an automatic that we would travel. So I imagine if like that wasn't his thing, how that would not work out for me, because that's one of the things that I absolutely really do enjoy. So again, bring and lift your friends with you, because you don't want to reach these level up places by yourself and not be able to help them out. That's why I say bring a friend. It's always, you guys can have dialect about it. Gina, where are you at, girlfriend? Let's do it. Gina, do it. And this is what I learned from one of my mentors. He said, you commit first and then you figure out the rest. So what I mean by that is commit first to, yes, I'm going to make a difference. And then you figure out the time, the payment, all that stuff. You make it work. You just do. So commit first to everything, and then everything else will start flowing into place. So again, I just want to say thank you guys. Aurora is also an alumni, by the way. Woo woo. So you guys have had at least, I believe, 10 alumni that have already said, I'm here to help, DM me. And so again, I highly encourage all of you to connect so that this way we can make a difference in each other's lives. And especially in our Latino community, let me tell you something. We definitely need the help day in and day out. Last story, I promise. I had a gentleman walk into my office today, young person, said, I actually works for a school district. And this is what he said. He goes, I met with a financial advisor from the school district, and he said I would be okay, even though this person has like debt galore. And he told me that I can spend up to $1,000 in Vegas and I would still be okay. He goes, so I listened, and I came back and I didn't have money to pay my bills because I thought, well, he's a professional, I'll be able to do this. I sat him down, I said, that's BS. Let me show you what you need to do. And I literally broke it down, started him with the budget, showed him how to pay off his debt, showing him how much he should be putting to his retirement, why he needs a life insurance, and all this stuff. And he sat there and he was like, he's like, this is what I wanted. I said, yes, I know we're not all the same. So even though maybe you know somebody, you've done business with somebody, you've had a good experience, you've had a bad experience, come on in. Come on in. We'll see how we can help you. And I say come on in because our appointments are booking really, really fast, because this little cutie patootie that's in my tummy, that's moving like there's a concert inside my tummy, will be here soon. I only have 7 more weeks, and I really believe she's going to come early. I have this feeling. If you're a mommy and you know that, message me, because I seriously have a feeling. Also, if you're a mommy and you know, besides Tom's, what I can do to beat this heartburn, I need help. So again, it just seems like there are so many things to say for you cannot enjoy your life and your money. No, you can absolutely enjoy your life and your money at the same time. I know I do, and I love it. What's the difference between booking one-on-one and your virtual boot camp? So that's a great question. Booking me one-on-one, doing the virtual boot camp is you doing the work, you seeing where you are. Me, when you come see me after you've organized your finances in the financial boot camp or the virtual boot camp, then you come in and then I actually show you a strategy that can get you out of certain things or get you to places a lot faster. So strategies on your money growing, from retirement to like all this other stuff. So in the virtual boot camp, it's more you do the work, you see your numbers. I have no idea what your numbers are. However, in a one-on-one, I sit down with you. I ask you to bring everything that you would normally do for the virtual boot camp, and you're able to, I'm able to then say, okay, based off of this is where I think you should do next. These are your next steps based on the goals that you want to get accomplished. So it's a lot more holistic, customized plan for you and your needs. And every person that walks into my door is a completely different case, a different scenario. So don't think that it's just cookie cutter for everybody, because it's not. Everybody has different goals, different health concerns, different backgrounds, different everything. So that's what I mean by that. So anyways, I appreciate you guys' time, your attention and all that. And for all my first timers, I hope this is not your last. For all of my returners, if that's a word, I love you. And continue to set your alarms. 7 o'clock, Wealthy Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. Every Wealthy Wednesday on Instagram and on Facebook Live. And again, from the bottom of my heart, I absolutely appreciate all of you, and have a fantastic rest of your Wealthy Wednesday. Bye, guys.